Hey, welcome to Mimsy's garden. Today, I've been working with cattle panels. I have built myself the frame to a little bitty greenhouse tunnel. Put me a panel up for some tomato support. Put my arches in for pole beans for this summer. And I did it all by myself. And I'm very proud because I've never done anything like that. And I'm almost 50 years old. And I'm teaching myself. So this is the progress of today's. I just got to put some plastic up. Got to weed out the garden. Got to move some onions. I didn't think, I had it in between all those cabbages, and I got the cabbages out except for a few that's still going. And my purple ones over here. But I'm pretty proud of my job for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. And I think those Kentucky Wonders will do good on this. And I think those Cherokee Trail of Tears will do good on that. Those rows back there will have beans. The rows right there, those 5 will have peppers. You see the garlic back there and some onions. Those mounds will house some squash and zucchini. And these will hold peas, like purple hulls. And I haven't decided what I was going to do with these 2 tires yet. I threw all the cabbage garbage in there. Don't know if it needs to decompose there or what, but I may put it in my compost bin. These rows here, all of these will be different types of tomatoes, because I just want to see what's going to grow here for me. Hope something does. But I was very, very, very excited about building myself a greenhouse to start seeds in. And I bought myself and my neighbor and a friend some onion sets from Dixondale. And this is where I had my peppers last summer. So I'm going to cultivate all that up and do the onions there and see how that works out, because it drains real well. But this is the update from my garden today, and I'm very proud of my old self. Next project after getting this ready for the garden is to get my blueberry bushes and some fruit trees planted back here. I've got plenty of space. I don't want to clutter things up too much, but I do want to get some fruit trees going. I have a couple of Arapaho blackberry thornless right there, if you can see those. My little compost that I started. And then I don't think you can see it right now, but straight back behind that garlic is a fig tree. And then I have one in the front of the house on the side of the driveway, and I also down on the other side of that big tree right there have a muscadine vine. This bed right here is going to have some more roses in it. I've got a few on clearance, and then I'll decide what else I'm going to do with this massive mess that was just a retaining wall basically. I see the need to plant food. I think I could get several things planted in there. And I'll walk you around to the front, because I do have some things going on up there. I am just learning, as y'all have heard. So it's just trial and error for me and a lot of studying. I'm registered for the Master Gardener class in my area, just to get an education. Not for a title, but for an education. There's some garlic I've got planted in this front flower bed. Some azaleas. And in this flower bed, I had my radishes until I finished those. I've got some cabbage that these two were plant starts, the purple. But all of these I started from seed out here. I tried starting seeds of cabbage in trays. They'd get leggy and die. So I put cabbage and onions out here. And I started these from seeds, and they're just rocking on pretty good. So I'm proud of that. The cabbage that I had in the garden, I harvested, probably 12 or 13 head. But you see, this is my front yard. And my front pasture is way down there. It's real boggy and wet, so probably not good for much of anything other than maybe a weeping willow tree or something like that. And then on that side of the road, below that tree, I have another fig tree. So I'm just trying to plan out where I'm going to put things. I had a big butterfly bush right there by that water hydrant, but it became massive, and so I cut it back and dug it up and transplanted it at the other corner, because I have one of them right here on this corner that I cut back, and then down there on the other corner I have the other one. But I got a lot of free space to do whatever I want to with. I started out this fall weeding and putting covers down some, just to try to kill off some grass so it's a little bit easier for me, because all this will have to be done by hand, and it's a pretty big space. But I enjoy it, and I'm learning. Just learning. But this is where we are. Getting it ready. Trying my hand at a first time full-fledged summer garden. Practiced a little bit this fall, but I'm anxious for spring and to see if I can get this thing looking like it does in my head. You know, you have a imagination and you think of how you want things to be, and I can see it in my head, in my mind's eye. Y'all have a good evening. Happy gardening.